Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Moneymaker Morning with Paulette. It is Friday, January the 11th, and it is quite chilly here in southeast Georgia. I think there's a winter storm out there in the Midwest. We're coming across from that direction, Gia, maybe, I think I read. But we're in southeast Georgia, which like we're 38 miles from Florida, so we have the same weather patterns that Florida has. So good morning, Lois. So it's very unusual. I'm gonna pull this a little closer. It's very unusual, or we don't get cold weather. We don't get a lot of cold weather. So this morning we woke up to frost on the ground, frost on the roof, and I think it's like in the 40s. It's like 46 degrees. So that's considered really, really chilly for us down here in southeast Georgia. But nevertheless, welcome again to Moneymaker Mornings with Paulette. I'm so excited that you're here with me this morning. Listen, I think we had a fantabulous week. I shared some great information with you. And this morning, we're just going to do a brief overview of what we talked about. I want to encourage you today. I want you to have a great spring, a great summer. I want your shop to increase, and I want all the things that you desire for your business to come to pass. So my goal is to give you these nuggets on weekday mornings at 9 o'clock. I'm only on for 15 minutes, but I want to give you these nuggets and things that you can possibly implement into your business, into your daily life. That's going to help you be more successful and be more profitable in your resale business. Now, we opened up this week, we started talking about vision, getting a vision for your business. And it doesn't matter if you've been in business 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It doesn't matter. Sometimes we can get comfortable or complacent in our businesses because we're so caught up with the everyday routine that, sometimes looking at it with a fresh eye, sometimes escapes us. So, I want to encourage you to look at your business, look at it with a fresh eye, look at it physically, from the street, when you get out of your car, when you drive past, when you walk into your door, get a visual of your business. Talked about looking at your books, looking at your numbers, looking at what's selling, what's not selling, and, getting a vision, writing a vision, for your business. And you don't have to be in a big hurry, like knee jerk, start doing stuff, right away, but you can take that time with a creative eye, not a critical eye. Sometimes people say, well, look at your business from a critical eye. No, we want you to look at your business from a creative eye, and see what you can tweak, if anything needs to be tweaked, or what can be done when you take the time to do that. We also talked about energy. And I gave you two energy hacks, and there's like, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of energy hacks that us resellers we use in our business. But the hacks that I shared with you, and the hacks that I have, they're proven hacks. But anyway, I shared two energy hacks with you, really simple. Didn't require you to go out and buy anything. And the two were dusting, dusting, because in resale, clothing, furniture, whatever, the dust settles really fast. But we talked about dusting, and we talked about motion, getting out in your resale store on a daily, moving things around and creating that energy so that when people come into your store, they're coming into a good, alive, excited energy. They're not coming into this flat. Because you know what? If we be honest, like I talked about, sometimes we have these lulls in our business. We have those slow times where sometimes people don't come into our business till after lunch. We have those days where the business is slow and nobody's been in our store for a long time. So it's important to get that motion, to keep that motion in your store, keep it moving around so that when people come into your business, that they're coming into some good, active, exciting energy. And then we also talked about, which I got really excited about this, we talked about inventory forecasting. And I ran across an article in my research, as I research and look at things that I want to share. And I thought this was such a great, 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 great article, and we talked about the four techniques that you use to do the inventory forecasting. And basically, what inventory forecasting is pulling your reports from the previous year or the previous quarter and looking at your seller rate, or what has sold the most, or what didn't sell, or what the trends are, throughout that year. And based on, well, at least at that one thing, based on that one thing, you can factor into your coming year, what types of things you can ask your consignors for, what types of things you want to order from your wholesalers. We also determine that not only to pull down our reports, to get a bird's eye view of what happened the previous year, but also our expertise and our judgment was another factor in inventory forecasting. And there was the casual forecasting, which includes factoring things like the weather, factoring things like community events that are happening in your town. So when you kind of take a look at that, like for 2019, if you kind of take a look at that, you and your staff, or yourself, or your people, whoever you have on your team, you can take a look at 2019 down the line, based on your previous sales and some other factors, and determine, okay, what do we need to have on our sales floor? What is it that our customers are looking for from our past experience? What's happening in the community that we can provide, whatever it is that your business sells? Is there events or happenings in our community that can provide, or is there a big snowstorm coming, or is the weather going to be really cold? Do we need to have hats and scarves and mittens or whatever? So that's what inventory forecasting is all about. Good morning, Kelly. So we had a great week. Like I said, vision, energy, inventory forecasting. If you will, these lessons or sessions are still up on the page. So if you want to go back and review and take some notes on what we talked about, that would be so wonderful. I also wanted to tell you that in all the information, because I'm going to be right back here next week, Lord's willing, in the creek don't rise. I'm going to be here every weekday morning at 9 o'clock a.m. I've got so much more I want to share with you. But I also want to say to you this morning, don't get overwhelmed. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things that we have to do as entrepreneurs, as mothers and grandmothers, business owners, and there's so much that we have to do. So I want to encourage you this morning not to get overwhelmed. When you're looking at this vision, and when you're looking at all the things that you may want to critique or tweak in your business, just take one small project at a time. You may want to, for the month or the quarter of the first quarter of 2019, for instance, you may want to work on a specific area of your business. Or maybe if it's a smaller task, maybe you want to spend the month of January or February in working that task. So, and all of the things that we talked about and all of the things that we're going to talk about, listen, don't get overwhelmed. We can take this thing step at a time. You can work on your business step at a time. And if you need help, I'm here. I am a consultant. If you go to my website, I have a telephone number, I think in the top right hand corner on my homepage. If you need help, if you need consult with laying out a plan or a strategy, or need help in recreating or kind of touching up your vision, I'm here for you. Now, my services are not free. I must tell you, this is what I do for a living. But if I can help you, I'll be so glad to do that. In the meantime, continue with us on weekday mornings at 9 o'clock a.m. I'm going to, again, continue to share information with you, things that helped me when I had my business here in the community. And at some point in time, I'm going to talk about online resale as well, because since I've closed or retired from my brick and mortar store, I started selling on eBay. I've been doing eBay for, the past 3 years or so. But anyway, I want to encourage you, okay? Get that vision, get that energy, look at those numbers, look at those reports to get that inventory forecasting. And then I want to leave you with this. We started out with this at the week, and I'm going to leave you with this morning. When the vision is clear, the results will appear. Listen, guys, have a blessed and prosperous weekend. I pray that you sell lots, and I look forward to seeing or speaking with you again right here Monday morning on Moneymaker Mornings with Paulette. Take care. Thanks for joining me.